Good morning, Jackson. Christopher Lopez here at the Pit Gym. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to shoot these videos on a regular basis just because I feel like I'm a little bit better on video. I can get my thoughts out a little bit better than I do when I write. So I wanted to shoot these videos pretty consistently, get them out to you guys to hopefully help you get over some speed bumps and maybe things that are hanging you up when it comes to training and nutrition. So here's the first video in the series. What we're going to cover in this video is 3 things that most people fall into, or a mindset that most people fall into when they start their fitness journey. Maybe they're not starting, but maybe they're trying to get back on track. One thing we see here is before people sign up here and we sit down and talk with them is that they're really good at starting to get in shape, starting the process, signing up for a gym, whether it's here or someplace else. Most people that come here belong to another gym when they start. Starting the process of eating better, starting the process of maybe getting more sleep or drinking more water. But what winds up happening is life gets in the way and they wind up falling off. And then it's this constant battle of starting and stopping and starting and stopping. And what winds up happening is you take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, you never really get ahead. And which is why most people struggle when it comes to training and nutrition. If it was easy, everybody would be in shape. But that said, the whole process should be pretty simple. Simple, but not easy, okay? So the 3 things we're going to cover today are 3 things you typically see when people talk about training and nutrition or getting in better shape or getting fit. Number 1 is waiting for the perfect time, right? Perfection. Let's face facts. We're all busy. Most of us, a lot of you watching this probably have kids. And when you have kids, you know all bets are off. Your schedule is shot. Like for today, for example, I just got a call from my wife. It's 8:30 in the morning. And my daughter's sick. My wife has to work. I guess the perks of owning your own business is you get to make your own schedule. So I got to go home and watch my daughter in the middle of the day. So my day is more or less not according to plan. That does not mean you still don't eat right and try and get some sort of workout in, okay? So perfection does not exist. All right, what we need to look for instead of perfection, let's cross this bad word off the list here. Instead of perfection, we need progress. Any progress is good progress. Any step forward is still a step forward, no matter how big or how small. You have to shoot for progress, not perfection. If you're shooting for this one, you're going to be waiting a long time until you start getting in shape. Okay, we get people in here, they're in their 40s and in their 50s, and I hear it all the time. All the time. They say, Chris, I feel great. I just wish I did something like this 20 years ago. Getting in shape, working out, lifting weights. And my response is always the same. It's, yeah, but at least you're doing it now. Most people never take the jump, take the step, and actually, put their hand up and say, you know what, I'm going to do this now. So we have to look for progress, not perfection. If you're looking for perfection, it doesn't exist, and you're going to be waiting a long time. And more or less, this is kind of an excuse I see with a lot of people. It's, well, I can't get to the gym because I don't have the time, or I can't eat right because I don't have time to cook my food, or I can't do this because of this. Anything after that, because, is usually an excuse. You're lying to yourself. We all get 24 hours in a day. We all have crazy schedules. You do the best you can. You can always do better. For example, yesterday, just a long story short, yesterday I was home all day with my daughter. She's sick. And my wife had someplace to be. We were supposed to go as a family, but because my daughter was sick, my wife went by herself, and I stayed home with Mia. And I was home with her all day. I got a little bit of reading done, and it wasn't really necessarily a perfect day. Kim got home around 7 o'clock. I decided I was going to work out. So I went out in the parking lot. I jump roped, did some kettlebell swings. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It wasn't a perfect workout. But I got moving, and I felt better after I was done. Here's the best part. One of our members, Dan, actually lives in my development, and we actually worked out together. It was pretty cool. So if you see me working out over at Jackson 21, feel free to pull me aside and jump in. So you have to get past the limitations of the perfection thing, because you know life isn't perfect. You know there is no perfect time. And if you're holding on to that, you're just lying to yourself, and you know you are. So you got to do something about it. Going down to the next one, motivation. Chris, how do I stay motivated? How do I stay motivated? Everybody, when they first sign up for the gym, they are 110 miles an hour, working out 3 to 5 days a week, prepping their meals, taking their multivitamins and their supplements like they're supposed to. And then what happens is, about 3 or 4 weeks in, 5 weeks in, they start to get comfortable. They start falling back into this. They start seeing it's not a perfect situation, and they regress. Being motivated 110% of the time, 100% of the time is impossible, right? We are emotional creatures, right? Our moods vary from day to day. Some days are good days, some days are bad days. What you need to understand is, if you are holding on to motivation, how do I stay motivated? You are destined to fail. Because what happens when you're not motivated? You don't do anything. You don't prep your meals. You don't work out in the parking lot. You don't make time to do what you're supposed to do. So we're going to cross this bad word off the list as well. Motivation's a bad word. Get rid of it. Go on. Right? We replace motivation with discipline. I think I spelled that right. I don't know. Wasn't good in English class, so looks right to me. Discipline. What do I mean by that? Having discipline means you do what you need to do whether you want to or you don't. Means doing what you need to do whether you want to or not. Okay? Like, for example, last night I got done watching my daughter for 5-6 hours straight. And if anybody that knows Mia, she is 100 miles an hour from the time she wakes up to the time she goes to bed. It's very exhausting. I didn't feel like working out, but I said, you know what? Let me get out there. Let me do a half an hour. Again, it wasn't a perfect workout, but it was progress. Okay? But it's discipline that kept my mind saying, you know what? I have to do this. I have to get something in. So stay disciplined. All right? If you don't, and you're relying solely on motivation, you're going to crash and burn. The last one, intensity. We always hear about intensity. Intensity wins in the gym, which is true. Your workouts have to be intense. But there are going to be days where you come to the gym, whether it's here or someplace else, and you don't feel good, or you are exhausted, or you are nursing an injury. And at that point, intensity goes out the window, right? If you go 110 miles an hour all the time, at some point you're going to gas out. You can't sprint a marathon, right? You can't. You can't sprint a marathon. It's impossible. What you can do is be consistent. Cross that bad word off the list. Be consistent. What do I mean by that? So, consistency wins. Life isn't perfect. We've established that, right? You're going to have a cheat meal. You're going to have a piece of cake. You're going to maybe have a drink at a barbecue. You're going to maybe miss a workout. Maybe you're going to maybe not get enough sleep. All these things factor into your non-perfect day, all right? But let's say over the course of the week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right, let's say over the course of the week, you have more wins than losses, right? So let's say Monday is a loss. You missed your workout. You slept in. You didn't get to the gym. But Tuesday, you got back on track. You got a plus sign for Tuesday, right? Wednesday, ate what you're supposed to. Back to the gym. Thursday, maybe you got sick, right? You got a minus sign. Friday, you finished the week strong, right? Workout on Friday. Saturday, maybe you splurge a little bit. You go out and it's summertime, so maybe you went out to a barbecue, had a couple beers. But let's say Sunday you got back on track, right? You woke up, fired up, you prepped your meals. That's a win. You got 4 pluses for the week and 3 minuses for the week. So you basically won that week. Consistency over time wins every single time. Every single time. You want to make sure that you have more pluses in your month than minuses. And I don't care if you get a day planner and you put a plus sign or a minus sign based on how you think you did. Keep track somehow, whether it's mentally, in your phone, whatever, but you need to know that you're consistently winning over time. So to wrap this up, guys, get rid of these 3 red words, right? These 3 bad words in red: perfection, motivation, intensity. If you are relying on those, you will fall into that category of people that start to work out, regress a little bit, don't show up to the gym for like 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden start back again. The problem is that if you're constantly starting and stopping and starting and stopping, every time you start, you're starting over. You're sore again. You have a hard time following your nutrition plan, right? It's hard to get back in the mindset of working out because it becomes a chore again because it hasn't been part of your daily habits long enough. Look for progress. Stay disciplined, right? Do what you need to do, whether you want to or not. And do these things consistently, and you will win. That's all I got. If you have trouble with fitness or nutrition or supplementation, what I'm going to do is post a link down in the description section, and on the right side of the screen, click it. It's going to take you to our website here at the Pit Gym. We'd be more than happy to help you with your fitness goals. If we go to the website, click on the button, you can set up a free consult with me. It's not going to cost you anything. What we're going to do is we're going to sit down, talk shop a little bit, see what's hanging you up, and see if this is the right fit for you. But that's all I got. If you have any questions, post them down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the gym.